O, doon na kay Tito. Asas! Sarap ng tawa ni Apo. Oh, pagod na si Tito. Tito, laro tayo, sabi mo. Ayun. Parang tawa. Kwato na ng punggol. Tago na. Tago na sa likod ng upuan.
May balon ikaw? May balon ikaw? Ba? May balon mo ba? May balon ikaw? Shoot, shoot, shoot! Oh! Aba, yo!
Nandiyan na si Tito, nandiyan na.
Sayang para palagyan kumakain.
Tito, Tito. Takbo!
Sige! Naman. Oh, ito na, layo. Napo niya kag na. Oh?
Busog yan, katatapos lang kumain.
Wag dan! Doon, doon! Kay Tito sa loob! Doon! Sige! Tanda?
Ikaw kuha dito. Doon ka, doon na, doon. Okay, Sarah.
Luckily, one of the creatures was able to escape, but not before Archie strikes her right in the head, causing the yokai to collapse. The next day, while finishing his class, Archie accused telling them that he has to retrieve the legendary sword. Now that he's the chosen one, the boys tell him that he has to come to the decides to proceed towards the mountains all by himself. He goes on to the road that leads him deeper into the forest. And he realizes that it's the terrible idea. sees a bus driving towards him. He quickly rushes into the vehicle without suspecting that anything is wrong. Very soon, Tadashi makes it into a tunnel where the surroundings quickly become pitch black, and a pair of claws appear right outside of his window. The boy notices more creatures appearing everywhere, eventually surrounding the entire bus. But suddenly it disappears as the vehicle returns into daylight. So he notices a creature on the ground, which turns out to be a yokai who was able to capture. And Tadashi notices that the animal is badly hurt. The boy decides to take the yokai out and replace the creature's wound.
Huwag sa mukha.
As to what exactly the animal is. Luckily,
Nah,
the
inubo
animal
na.
appears to be quite intelligent and is able to communicate with the character. Achi has already captured numerous spit on the prisoners and nearly knocking off the demon's face. A giant metallic monster known as the Keikai lands on the ground. People watching fear while the demon announces herself to be more than just a demon now, as she plans to fuse with Kato and turn into something much more powerful. The mechanical monster grabs onto one of the yokai and brings it towards the heart of the machine. The giant smelter opens up and the demon is dropped right into the abyss as he cries in despair. A discarded bike is lowered into the container while the yokai is slowly melting, and the two begin to fuse together into something that's truly
Uy.
created by this union.
Balik mo.
Launches out from the giant factory, eventually landing inside the forest and arriving towards a small town. The creature begins transforming into a humanoid.
Tulak mo, anak.
Scans all the people and arrives to find his prey. The woman walks into the living room and is shocked to see the monstrosity as it kills the human right away before charging towards the husband and shredding him into pieces. The next day, while having some ice cream alongside his new beautiful friend, Tadashi is approached by the reporter who was in the ceremony as well. It turns out that the man is very interested in yoga. He claims to have been saved by a demon when he was very little. All he can remember of his savior is the woman's beautiful appearance
Hawak,
and the lovely
mahulog.
thighs that he was resting on. The
Mahulog
man
ka.
has not been able to see any more demons ever since, and he theorizes that this is because he's now a grown-up. But the boy thinks that it's simply because he grew out from puberty. Later that night, Tadashi goes home to find that everyone is gone, leaving him nothing but a note from his grandpa that says that the old man has gone to the mountains all alone. Tadashi immediately begins seeing a vision of his grandfather having an accident and eventually drowning inside the ponds. This causes him to rush towards the mountains right away, and quickly arriving towards the same location that he ran away from the last time. The boy tries to call for the old man's name, and his flashlight begins malfunctioning, causing the demon cat to shake in fear and eventually running away. Tadashi tries to look for his yokai friend, which leads him towards a pond that's likely to be harboring something very dangerous. Very soon, the boy slips into the water by accident and is quickly grabbed onto by a hideous creature that tries to pull him into the pond. Luckily, Tadashi is able to break free as he runs towards the main roads immediately, but soon sees the back of a schoolgirl who surprisingly calls out his name. The boy tries to ask her for help, but soon realizes that the person in front of him is missing a face. He quickly falls back in fear and is teleported to a different location where a building has appeared right behind him. Tadashi rushes inside to seek shelter and quickly sees a sickly woman who's lying on the bed. When he tries to ask her for help, the person's head flew off her body and causing the boy to scream in fear. The woman continues moving towards the main character, causing Tadashi to desperately run away, but he's eventually captured by the strange demon who pulls him towards the doors. Suddenly, the boy begins seeing the shadow of a catwoman, where numerous blinking eyes appear on the doors, causing Tadashi to stumble back immediately. The boy manages to break free from the woman's neck and rushes out from the building right away, only to see a giant face appearing right in front of him. The massive head begins glowing furiously towards the main character, causing him to fly away from the place and landing right back to where he started. The boy tries to run away, but begins hearing his grandfather crying for help once again. And after struggling intensely, Tadashi finally conjures up enough courage to help his family. However, the boy quickly runs into a red demon who congratulates the main character for passing the test. This fills the boy with confusion and fear, causing him to stumble towards a cliff and fall down towards the river below. Luckily, Tadashi is eventually saved by a woman from inside the water, who managed to carry him towards the surface. The boy wakes up and sees the face of a beautiful girl, while noticing the lovely thighs that the reporter has talked about, but is quickly frightened by the creature standing behind her. Tadashi has trouble believing the existence of all the yokai, but eventually notices the demon cat is apparently still alive, which manages to comfort him back to sanity. The red demon tells the boy that he's the new cheerleading rider, which means that he has to retrieve the legendary sword to save the entire world. The yokai assures Tadashi that his grandfather is safe, as the demon was the one impersonating the old man's voice, which tricked the boy into coming here. They travel deeper into the mountains and eventually arriving inside a massive cave, where a giant statue of a demon is lying on the ground. Very soon, the entire place begins to shine as a massive yokai as tentacles wants to win the main character while holding a legendary sword. The demon tells the boy to take the weapon, and Tadashi tries to draw out the blade, but the fierce power only frightens the main character as he's too afraid to use the sword. The meeting is quickly interrupted while the entire place begins to vibrate once again. A massive machine is able to break into the cave. The robot begins releasing numerous kikais into the area, and Achi is here to defeat the chosen one before he can interfere with the master's plan. The mechanical monsters try to fight against the temple. The temple becomes involved in the intrusion, causing them to swing at the enemies and blowing all the opponents away. However, Achi is able to survive the onslaught as she prepares to fight the giant demon all by herself. The demon attacks the woman furiously and manages to throw her to the ground. Achi counters right away and slashes the demon right in the face. The giant demon becomes infuriated by the attack. He fails to notice the enemies behind him, who manages to grab onto his back, which allows Achi to slash off the yokai's wings. The robot begins to fly into the air and dragging the demon towards the surface, while managing to capture one of the most powerful warriors. The demon cat sees this and rushes towards the legendary sword, trying to bring the weapon towards the main character, but is confronted by the enemies right away. Before the animal can be killed, Tadashi conjures up all his courage and charges towards the weapon, finally pulling out the sword and managing to save his friend. The weapon begins repelling all the attacks that he has in mind of its own, eventually striking the robot right in the chest and knocking the enemy into pieces. The sword prepares to fight against the other monsters, but the main character is frightened by the weapon's powers and throws it away in fear. This gives Achi a chance to break the sword in half. Suddenly, the only hope that the boy has for defeating the enemies. The woman walks towards Tadashi and tries to kill. The yokai jumps away to save his friend, but is quickly thrown away by Achi and trapping him inside a microwave. Luckily, the boy is safe when Kato begins calling his minions to come back to his factory, as he's ready to commence the next phase of the plan. The robot all retreat onto the ceiling of the cave, causing the entire place to crumble as the main character tries to run away from the falling rocks. When the boy eventually wakes up, he finds himself inside a building where he sees numerous yokai around him and is shocked by how strange each one of the creatures look. A blue demon grabs onto the broken blade and examines the boy in frustration, but eventually comes up with the idea of fixing the sword. He tells everyone that there's only one blacksmith capable of fixing the weapon, and the demon suggests that they find the person right away. The yokai calls upon the magical mirror to reveal the location of this demon, but is shocked to find out that he has already been captured by the enemy alongside the demon cat. What's even worse, the people learn that they're turning yokai into monsters, and their leader is the fearsome Kato, who is feared by the ancients of mankind. The demons are frightened by this realization, and all the yokai begin to disband, as they want nothing to do with fighting the enemy.
Magasgas.
The demon tries to convince the yokai to help, but fails to make the people stay, only managing to recruit a flying carpet and all the yokai. However, the red demon quickly senses that something is wrong as the giant factory monster begins moving from its location, revealing their final destination to be Tokyo. The massive creature rises into the clouds and launches straight towards the population's